early 2021 blog post is here, guys. I'm going to review it live to tape reaction with myself and Tony Scungili. We're going to go through all of it, see the good, see the bad, and give our reaction. I don't even know what's in this blog post. It could be all good, all bad. And if you're ready for that, guys, find that like button and let's go smash it!
ValleyFlyin.
Woo, yeah! What is up, Valley Maniacs? I am ValleyFlyin. Welcome back to the ValleyFlyin channel. I hope you're having a great day. We are looking at the Road to 21, the early Road to 2021 blog post, and it is coming to you right now. I am talking to my brother, Tony Scungili. We've seen some of the headlines, we've seen some of the things, but we have not read the entire blog post. Live to tape reaction, guys. We're going to do first half on my channel. Second half, we're going to go to your channel and get our reaction. It was kind of funny last time we went to your channel, so hopefully all the audio issues are figured out. But without further ado, boom, let's go check this out. 2021 first half preview. Greetings, Marvel Strike Force fans. We're already into February, but we still like to formally welcome you to the new year and spring, and it'll be here before you know it. The dev team has a number of projects and initiatives that we're working on in 2021. And we get started. We do this about every 6 months. We want to get you a preview of some of the things we're working on. Now, they did say that the community feedback, a lot of that will be next week. So I'm not expecting a lot of addressing a lot of the issues, but we did see some of the headlines that they may start to do this. Now, there's some new features. And oh, what a coincidence. We talked about this in the weekly news update. Costumes coming to the game, skins, costumes. Before we read this, what is your reaction that's costumes, skins are coming to the game?
I'm so mad because all my information said they were called outfits. So now I'm like, no, I was 72% correct.
Oh my goodness, the semantics is what you're mad at.
Yeah, I'm more mad about semantics than anything else.
All right, let's read this. Let's see if this is good. Let's see if this is bad. Are these just visual changes? Are they going to change kits like they do in other games? I'm very curious because they've been talking about this since year one for a long time. All right. Marvel, the characters that we know, have evolved many ways since they were introduced to the world through the pages of the Marvel comics. One thing that just about all the characters in Marvel Strike Force have in common, they have worn multiple costumes, attires in their various appearances. We are excited to announce the ability to change character costumes is coming. We're happy to share some of the changes you're able to make. All right, here they are. One of the exciting aspects of costumes is that we can visit iconic uniforms and apparel in the Marvel universe across many different timelines and media. Some characters that currently have their classic attire might get access to a more modern look and vice versa. I hope to do that with Green Goblin and Hulk and some other characters. All right. Or certain characters that have threads inspired by the page of Marvel Comics might unlock a new ensemble from a Marvel movie or TV series or vice versa. All right. All this is good about skins so far. I'm curious about what we were talking about. All right. The possibilities are practically endless. Please note the costumes shown here might not be the first ones available, but they will be coming in the not so distant future. The methods in which costumes they unlock is still not finalized. All right. So it may be rewards. It may be real world money. We'll see, but that's yes.
It's still not finalized, but it's gonna be RTA. Like the reason it's not finalized is because they haven't finished RTA. I'm just telling you now. Like it's gonna be RTA.
What they're doing with that mode because it sucks so bad.
Yeah, they just don't know what they're doing with RTA. So they're like, it's not finalized because we haven't figured out how RTA. There'll be other ways. I'm not just saying it's exclusively RTA, but I'm convinced it's RTA.
Okay.
Why else would they waited this long to release them?
Well, they just say they're saying various game modes and events. So we'll see what happens. They don't know yet. We know that it's something that our players have been asking for. We're eager to hear your feedback on which costume like your favorite characters. We're planning to release a steady stream of costumes for years to come. All right. So none of the questions that we had were answered here. We don't know exactly how they're going to release. We don't know if they're going to add different kits, different stats, if they're just cosmetic. What are you hoping it's going to be? Just cosmetic, different stats, different kits. What are you wanting to see from these costumes or skits or outfits or whatever you want to call them?
I have two different approaches. Okay. What I would prefer is they are just cosmetic. They change nothing about the character except how they look, which is how these appear to be, because that version of Cyclops is OG X-Men Cyclops. That wouldn't inherently give him the uncanny tag or an X-Factor tag. So when I see that, that's what I look forward to, and that's what I hope it is. It's just costumes. This way, people who get them who want to spend money are like, I'm buying to make my character look cooler. Great, wonderful. You're welcome to do it. And then throughout the game where they give away these versions of costumes as like awesome events, like congratulations, you finished, you know, top in a tournament or some whatever, make something up. Like you finished the best in a blitzer, was hypothetically, like you get access to a costume and then like you have to wait a little bit for it to come back. This way it's kind of a prestige thing. That's what I look forward to. The other side of costumes that kind of works me out a little bit is if you change if the costume changes the character, then the character has to be, or the costume has to be as farmable as the character itself. Because you can't just say like, hey, look, there's this random thing. It changes how they look and they're a different character. It changes the way the game plays, and you shouldn't make that much of a difference regarding how a player can make a character stronger. So that's cool. And also, like, sometimes what if you wanted a really cool costume, but it changes the character in a way that doesn't make you happy? Like, for example, Daredevil. If this Daredevil costume gives him the Avengers tag for no reason whatsoever, that might hurt more if you're trying to use him. So I think those are fine. Those are more tricky to nail down. As long as whatever they do, it makes sense for the players who are trying to get them, I'm okay with it. But I'm excited for costumes. I love esoteric garbage. I love it. It's my favorite thing in the world. I love Warframe palette swaps, and when I see costumes in a game, I don't care how mad or happy I am with the game. I see colored costumes and I'm like, I want more costumes. Like, I want them all.
All the bugs, all the bad stuff. Costumes. All right.
I'm still mad, but I want costumes.
I'm just mad, but here's my money. I want the costumes. All right.
I didn't say anything about money.
I'm kind of torn on this. Future Fight. You've played that game in the past, right? All right. And the way they release this, you have to spend your premium currency for costumes. Every so often they have these sales. But they have reworks on a lot of the costumes, and I kind of like that, giving a character rework, maybe giving them different tags. I also don't like it because what you mentioned, let's say the best version of Daredevil is this kit right here. But let's say I want to use the red one because the red one is my favorite. Well, I'm going to have to use this version because it has the best kit, has the best tags, whereas if I'm using the older version, it's not. So I'm kind of torn. I want to use the version I want. I kind of like the new kits because it adds some newness, some what is that? Something new. I can't think of the word off the top of my head. Freshness in the game. But then there's a problem of which kit does this character have? Is this the good kit? Is this the old kit? And there's a few issues, and I don't know what the solution is, but I hope they do it in a good way.
There is a easy solution. If you unlock the costume, you unlock the kit, and then they're separate. And once, like, that's the easiest solution. Hey, you got this Daredevil costume. That now you have like a tab that you could switch between which version of Daredevil it is. That's separate from which appearance of Daredevil it is. That's something they could easily do.
Well,
the only downside is if I'm fighting that person. If I'm fighting that person, I need to know that. You know, like I need to know that I'm fighting Shadowlands Daredevil with. That's actually the Shadowlands Daredevil costume, I believe. I'm sorry, comment section, please don't get super mad at me, but I'm pretty confident that's the Shadowlands Daredevil costume. So, like, I get it. And I it's cool with it, but like, there's a lot of things that can go wrong. There's a lot of things that can go right. We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see. We got no information in this blog post. All right, Iso-8. We found out about this in a few blog posts ago. Blue is coming. I think you mentioned you knew about this for a while. Iso-8 Tier 2. Last year when the Iso-8 features was introduced, we were thrilled with the positive response from the players to such a game-changing feature. Very negative in the beginning, but many play tests, and we got Iso-8 how it is, which is a very positive, overall positive of what I'm hearing from the community about it. It laid the groundwork for us to expand on it in the future and consider what the next evolution would look like. We're happy to announce the next iteration is now in production. Iso-8 2 is intended to be late game content, so this looks like it can be very hard to farm. Maybe adding some very big stat boosts, and maybe this is why they're not addressing red stars, because this is supposed to take over red stars. I'm not sure. Late game content, when introduced, players will first gain access to tier 2 crystals, ions as reward, and doom raids, and we'll have more details. All right, so not a lot of information on this as well. What kind of stat boost it's gonna do, how we're gonna get these. Is it just doom raids? Is it other areas? What are you where's your head taking you with Iso8 Blue right now?
So this is the first time I've seen them and I don't know if their wording is wrong because they don't words good. We've talked about it, but this is the first time I've ever seen them say tier 2 ions. They might be saying tier 2 crystals, comma, and just including ions, or there might be its own currency. Now, I've never seen anything about a new currency for the next tier. It was just more of the same. So I don't know how I feel about that. I haven't processed that. It's too much.
I'm thinking it forgot a tier 2 crystals and then just the normal ions, but maybe that's just my interpretation.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know.
Like Oxford commas are important. Is it tier 2 crystals and ions? Like they're saying these are the 2 different rewards, or are they saying tier 2 crystals and ions? I don't know. I don't want it to be, but I guess I'll deal with it if it is. This is end game content. Yes, they do have plans to see tier 3 and tier 4, which would be purple and gold respectively, but this is the future of gearing as far as the characters are concerned, and I would be surprised if we didn't see them loosen the apron straps a little bit on gear tier stuff and start
Wait,
not necessarily
you think they're gonna introduce a new bottleneck and take another one away? I thought they just bottleneck upon bottleneck upon bottleneck.
So I have a little bit of other information about another gear thing that's happening. And I think that it's not that they're going to change the bottleneck. I think that they've reached saturation in how much they can expect those bottlenecks to work. When they introduce this one, this seems like when they say endgame content, they don't mean when we say endgame content. We endgame content is like U7.5. Them endgame content is like Dark Dimension one-shotting nodes. You know, it means different things. So when they say endgame content, what I hear from this is everybody's gonna have ISO greens and like whales first, hard like long-term players second, and then like hardcore players who are working as hard as they can third, and then everybody else 6 years later. So I don't know what they're planning on doing with this. I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see another progression system that we liked ISOs. I liked ISOs. I thought they were great. I thought they allowed you to have different rosters at different times. A lot of people start with Wave 1 Avengers and use healing on them to keep them as a raid team. I support, like, it's a great system. This is what you get, guys. When you test your product with people who play your game, they'll tell you, hey, this is great, this is not great, this doesn't feel good. And now I have very high hopes for Iso8 Tier 2 because everything I saw from Iso8 Tier 1 made me enjoy.
Let me, the first thing that I have in my mind when I saw this, all right, Iso8, good, we liked it. We had a lot of play testing. I have not seen anything about a play test or anything or any testing with Iso8 Tier 2 coming. So I hope they do that with Iso8 Tier 2 before it is released. Work out any kinks, any bugs. That is the only thing, because I would like to get them take some feedback, because a lot of times we give them feedback, they just don't implement it. So I hope with Iso8 Tier 2, they do the same that they did with Iso8 Tier 1 and implement a lot of the feedback they're getting. All right, this could be very good. This could be very good. Maybe it's the Battle Pass not tied to real-time arena only. That's what I'm hoping for. Let's see what it is. Most of you have already been earning rewards in the Mojo's Mayhem in real-time arena. We've been using a similar system called Strike Pass. We'll be using a similar system called Strike Pass to grant extra rewards for completing daily objectives, including some new additions. In most cases, they meanly you'll get rewards, orange gear for the actions you're already taking in the game. All right. This doesn't seem like seems like this is in addition to the Mojo. This is not good. If they add this, I wanted to take away the Mojo's one that's just tied to real-time arena, because I don't like that. I'm hoping there's more in this next paragraph, though. There'll be different kind of levels based on your current, different kind of rewards based on your current level in the game. For example, the Battle Pass for newer players will contain a lot of blue, purple gear, and the pass for veteran players will contain more orange gear. More details will be revealed closer to release. I hope this is a replacement. I hope this comes in conjunction with them taking away the Battle Pass for real-time arena. What do you think they're gonna do? Do you think they're gonna replace? Do you think they're gonna have this in addition to? I mean, what do you have you heard? Have any of your sources told you anything about this, or is this a surprise to you?
I heard that they were changing the Mojo's Mayhem Pass, Mojo Jojo's Pass,
yes.
in it to be more inclusive. So this lines up with what I've heard. What I didn't hear was that they were adding another pass, which this is how this reads. Again,
that's where I'm going. That's where I'm going in my head. This is not positive in my opinion, unless it's replacing and they're taking away the Mojo one.
If there is no purchase for this, if this is just, you can have it, like this is a new thing that you get for playing, but there is no $20 tag on it, I don't have a problem with it.
You're exactly right. I was just assuming that there would be a price tag, but if there's no price tag, this is good stuff. I like it. Ketchup mechanics.
If there's a price tag and we have two $20 garbage passes,
jeez, oh my goodness.
And I'm trying my best, guys. I'm being super positive here. You know me. I'm trying. I'm like, I hope it's good. But like inside, there's that little like, yeah, it's gonna suck. And I don't want that Tony coming out. But it might.
Let's see what they do, especially with the climate. And I guess we're gonna have more information next week, unless all these improvements were a little earlier. All right. Exclusive original character. I don't know how I feel about this one. When I was playing Future Fight, they made up this other character, Luna Snow. No connection with this character. So let's see what they say. Not gonna lie here, we're pretty stoked about this next thing. We've been working closely with Marvel to create a brand new character, not a minion, never before seen, that will be introduced to the Marvel Universe exclusively through Marvel Strike Force. Oh yeah, they'll officially become canon to Marvel Universe too. All right, so it's introduced for Marvel Strike Force and it's a real character. That's not that bad. Expect to hear more about this character unveiling closer to the game's anniversary about March or April. Is this a skill character that we need to finish Doom? Is this a healer that they're going to introduce?
So I'm of two minds on this one. One, I want to say that's awesome. It is awesome that Marvel, first of all, it doesn't take much, but like it is awesome that Marvel was willing to work with this game to create a brand new character that's going to be introduced in this game, and then we might see in like comic books. We're probably not seeing this in MCU. Don't get your hopes in a like that's not going to happen.
Comic books is enough though. That's canon, right?
It's
if
cool.
It's in a comic book, all right.
This is cool. Like it's cool. So now that little nagging Tony in the background is like, he just popped up and he's like, if they have this much pull with Marvel, the offers are only going to be worse. Like, like that version of me is just like, if they're capable of releasing if they could work with Marvel to be like, hey, we want to create an original character, and they accept that and they work with them and they create this original character, it means that they could basically get away with whatever they want because Marvel's comfortable with whatever they're doing. So that's the back of Tony's brain being like, uh-oh.
That's good. That's good. If they got the trust of Marvel and doing all this stuff, that's good. All right. So we're going to talk about this stuff on your channel. Improvements. Yeah. Save squad tabs. I'm curious to see what they're going to do with. Oh, it said tabs. Tabs. I can't wait to see what they're going to say about that.
Who could have guessed?
Oh my goodness. All right. Raid season milestone rewards. All right. That's good. They mentioned that in a previous blog post. Raid key tracking. That's good for Alliance leaders. Red stars for Ultron. I remember you mentioning that on a weekly news update a long time ago.
That's impossible. Everyone has said Cerebro said there was no plans of putting red stars to Ultron.
Well, it may have been true at the time, but it's not true now. API, that looks very fun, and they're reviewing a few things here. All
right, so let's do under review.
War, real-time arena. Well, let's do one of them on your channel. Which one do you want to take? Real-time arena or Alliance War?
Well, I'll do real-time arena.
Okay, Alliance. Oh, I gotta wait till we do your video and find out about real-time arena. All right, Alliance War. This is many players' favorite game mode, and we realize it could be spiced up a little bit to encourage new tactics. We're currently exploring several options to shake things up a bit, and we should have more information to share in the near future on those plans. We're gonna revisit roam bonuses. All right, so yes, finally, it's been in there since day one, and they're revisiting them. They didn't say they're coming to the game, but they said they're revisiting them for their plans and allowing additional attacks and defense. Well, all right, so I think this is just room bonuses. I think this is all this is going to cover, and looking at different ways. Again, with a lot of stuff, I hope there's play testing with this. I hope there's a lot of play testing, there's feedback given, and a lot of feedback that's implemented. All right, that's what they're working on for the first half of 2021. We have another blog post, the normal type of blog post, coming out tomorrow. They're constantly looking at ways to improve existing features. We're simultaneously working on developing new game modes, provide unique, thrilling challenges. While we're not quite ready to talk about any of these, we do want you to know they're under construction, generally take a lot more time compared to current features. Are they talking about boss nodes or boss raids or like a grand arena type thing? Because I think that's a lot of what the community's been asking for, at least what I've seen on Reddit as far as new features. Where's your head taking is when talking about new features coming or potentially coming?
I heard a little wiggity woo in my ear. I go, what?
Okay. Yeah.
And it was that there's a game mode coming, and the name of the game mode is Danger Room. And the way that you play the Danger Room is very similar to how you might consider a world boss in other games. That's a little wiggity woo. It could be different. Keep in mind, we heard that they were called skins. I heard they were called outfits. Now they're called costumes. Things change. I hate semantical changes, but what I've heard was that the Danger Room is going to feel closer to like if you've seen Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes or Dragon Champions, those kind of raids. That's what the Danger, one big boss that you slap around for a week and then you get rewards for it. That's and that's why it's Danger Room, because they could technically create anything without actually implementing them into the game. That's what I heard. Hopefully that continues. That might be one of the things they're not ready to talk about. But again, they might not be ready to talk about it because they might trash it and change it with something else. I don't know of anything about like a GAC or a Battlegrounds or basically think of war, but like 1v1 wars. I haven't heard anything about that yet. And I think the reason why is because they thought they'd be better situated with real-time arena now, and they aren't. So because of that, they're like, we have to push that. That's why they're not ready to talk about anything like that. They have to fix what's broken now before they can move on to the new broken thing that has to be fixed in 6 months.
Makes sense. Let me know what you guys want that feature to be. World bosses, raid, exclusive raids like a Grand Arena Championship. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Let me know your thoughts on what we have talked about so far in this preview. And there's a lot of stuff I wanna see what they said on your video. We're gonna go over to your channel right now, though. We're talking about all the incoming features, real-time arena, Tony Scungili. The link to that video will be down below. But let everybody know where they can reach you if they want to get a hold of you or if they want to check out some of your content.
All right. Do you remember your bully from high school? It was me the whole time. So that's where you can find me. You can find me at your 10-year anniversary. That was me. I was the bully. Anyway, you can find me /Tony Scungili anywhere, and if you can't spell it, Tchaikovsky has words for you.
Hey, it was you all along. And I noticed you're wearing your purple eyeglasses there with some purple around your eyes. So very, very fitting, guys. All right. I will see you guys next time. We're going to go over to Tony's channel right now. And yes, another blog post coming out tomorrow. So we're going to talk about that as well. Hulk fist bump before you go, Tony. I will see you guys later. Make sure you like this video. Hulk fist bump, Tony.